Just about any Minecraft server you play on now, besides Hypixel, is in the process of declining or already dead. Servers like Mineplex, which was once a powerhouse server on Minecraft, can now barely get over 100 players a week. Hive MC, which was shut down not too long ago, and several other small servers that I have thousands of hours on, are nearing their end, if not already. This is proof that Java Minecraft servers as a whole are on the decline. This can be due to many different reasons, such as incompetent owners, pay-to-win elements, lack of innovation, and simply not enough money and time to keep some of these large servers going. And with less and less people playing multiplayer, the owner who works on these servers will never see the fruits of their labor, which can discourage future development. This then leads to a never-ending cycle which will end in no more popular minigame servers. But let's focus on one of the large reasons which began the decline of servers as a whole, the 1.9 combat update. This update essentially split the entire community of servers into two categories: those who preferred to stay in the old way of combat, and those who embraced the ways of new combat. However, you'd be hard-pressed to find a kit PvP server that uses the new combat update. I know this because I remember trying to search for one to try and improve my skills in the new combat form. In fact, it was tough to find a good kit PvP server at all, as they were all flooded with pay-to-win elements. However, most servers today that have some sort of PvP aspect allow all versions to connect to the game. However, you are downgraded to the pre-1.9 combat, so you can still play on servers that decide to stay behind. Another large reason of server decline is simply the way Java Minecraft is built. Back in the day, I would assume Notch, who was the creator of Minecraft of course, would have never guessed that a simple little block game would ever need to support thousands of players at one time on a server. I mean, just look at what this game looked like when it was in early development. Just about any decent computer on the market could run this game well back then. Minecraft unmodded runs on a single core or thread. Multi-threading just doesn't exist in Minecraft. This means that if you have an 8-core processor in your computer, Minecraft only really takes advantage of part of it. This is the same result for running a server. While having one machine for something simple like a small SMP server for about 20 people, which would not be so resource intensive on the CPU, having thousands of players is a different monster. This requires better hardware, which can get pretty expensive very quickly. And like I said before, Minecraft will only take advantage of parts of your CPU, not all of it. So you'll have to find a way to split up your server into different machines connected to your same network. This problem only becomes worse and worse with each update, because as the updates get larger and more complex, there are more calculations to be done to render in what your server goers will see on their screens. This is why some extremely popular and large servers, such as 2B2T, have not updated beyond 1.12, because simply the performance just takes too much of a hit to be any fun to play with more than 50 people. This problem was somewhat fixed in the Bedrock edition of Minecraft. This is because there, the game will utilize all cores of your CPU to make calculations. This is why this version runs so much smoother than Java as a whole. But creating your own server on Bedrock Edition is quite the hassle, such as needing an outside app on your phone to make a private server appear for other people. This brings the question of, is Microsoft making Mojang push Java to the side for good? I think we all know about the new reporting system in the game, which is not Mojang's decision. So maybe Microsoft is trying to get everyone to switch over so they can profit off of their stupid Minecoin purchases. But instead of talking about Minecraft as a whole, let's take a look at one of these large servers that basically do not exist anymore. And then at the end, we'll take a look at some of the smaller servers also being affected by these issues. As I mentioned at the start, Mineplex was one of the largest servers on Minecraft at the time. I remember watching countless YouTubers play survival games and Dragon Escape on there, and Mineplex was at its peak during these times. I believe from my own observations that this server began declining due to hackers and very little innovation. I ran into more hackers in the server than any other, and the anti-cheat just simply doesn't work. And for the lack of innovation, I mean, just look as I walk around here, and compared to the video from a couple years ago, we're in the same lobby with the same games everywhere. There are no new games to be seen hardly. And look, I'm writing this in May and there's still Valentine's decorations out. This one really hurts me as I have many hours into this server, and it sucks seeing something I enjoyed so much turn to dust slowly before my eyes. And just as a side note, this server was down for almost a week a couple days ago before I started writing the script. I thought it was down for good, but no, it's still alive for now. From what I've been able to gather, no developer gets paid to do anything on this server anymore. I believe the money is run dry and only a matter of time before this server goes the way of Hive MC. Speaking of Hive MC, it doesn't exist anymore. Well, on Java Edition at least. Its Bedrock Edition is still going strong, and it was once, if not still, one of the most played servers on that version. Not too long ago, it was shut down so its developers could focus on the Bedrock Edition. So this one is still technically around. I spent quite a bit of time on this server, but not as much as Mineplex and one of these other servers that we'll talk about here in a second. But it was still a great quality server. There was innovation, decent anti-cheat, but I believe here that the rise of other competitor servers killed this one off. Why would you play on Hive MC when you can go to Hypixel to do the same games and more? And the last server I will talk about hits pretty close to home for me since I had about 9 or 10 years played on this one server. And it will likely be one none of you have ever heard of unless some of the people I played with are watching this, which is pretty likely. It was called World of Elden. This server started way back in the old days before the Hunger Bar and was simply a town building economy type server. You run around, just like survival. You can mine, farm, or trade to get money called trade bars. And everyone knew just about everyone since it was a fairly small server, which peaked at about 50 players at some times, along with thousands of unique players. I joined in about 3 years after it started because of another YouTuber called Mike7493, or Minecraft Mike as he is called now. Mike often played Minecraft with Tornado Mod and gathered impressive views. I remember sitting there and just watching in awe as a tornado rips his world apart in Minecraft. Then his next video was giving a small tour about his town he created in this small server. So naturally, once I got a Minecraft account, I began playing the server. This was my main server to go to. Although I did sometimes go off to play some minigames on other servers, this was my survival experience in Minecraft. Building, mining, farming, selling, and expanding my land was the name of the game, and I loved it. Although Mike didn't play that much anymore as he went on to actually become a meteorologist, I still thoroughly enjoy the welcoming community, even though not all of them liked me for my certain actions young me did. What you are seeing now are the final minutes of the server as it was shut down on September 30th, 2022. It was simply a server which had just run its course. Most of the players grew up in the last several years, and bringing in new players to a more survival experience was tough. Innovation was not the issue as the owner added new stuff every year, but simply the change in the player base as people aged out of the game. Some of you might recognize the buildings here if you were able to catch my mini-series I did for my town on this map, which has now been privated. This was one of the many towns I built in the many maps I played on this server, and this is actually how part of this YouTube channel started. I created a trailer for the server to win a couple of in-game items and in-game money, including a pair of headphones that I still use to this day. And that video is still up on my channel right now. I cannot simply say enough good things about this server, and it proves that bigger is not always better. I hope one day maybe it has a revival. So to cap off this somewhat short video, there are many variables at play all working against Java Minecraft, which I believe will lead to its demise sooner than later. Strong servers like Hypixel will continue to thrive until they don't anymore. It's just a matter of time. I thank you all for watching. And I just wanted to get a little something out as a tribute to that World of Elden server, since I had a little footage left over. Also, I'm in the process of recording my next installment of my Minecraft Hardcore, which will take a while to get out. If you want to hear what I had planned for the future, go watch my Hardcore World Tour video. Anyways, thanks for watching, be sure to subscribe and join my Discord below.